Well, hello everybody. I'm back again with another bullet journal. This time I'm actually going to talk over it. Ooh. So, I decided at this point in time, I'm not going to go by seasonal stuff when it comes to themes. Or at least not for now. I just didn't really feel up to it. I had some friends suggest Valentine's Day and whatnot for a theme for February, and I thought butterflies were much better. Which, by the way, have you ever looked up pictures of butterflies? Oh my god, there are so many pretty ones. It's amazing. But even though it's February, I decided to still stick with like a pink kind of thing going on. That way I'm kind of going with the Valentine's Day thing a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't ask me what kind of flowers those are. Daisies. And also, just to let you know, those paper towels that I use, most of the time, I get those from like takeout, and so I have like a whole bunch I just leave. And now I use for art, painting. God, they're so useful for painting. I'm constantly having to block off pages so they don't get paint on, and when I move them randomly, it's mostly because I'm making sure the paint doesn't slide back underneath the page, which it still does no matter what I do, but you know, it's worth a shot. And also, just to let you know why you see these random cuts that are really hard on the whole, however you word it, hard cuts, is that what there's soft cuts and hard cuts, I think that's how it is. Anyways, doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is my camera did not like filming any of this for some reason. I'm not really sure why exactly, but it just would cut off randomly, and it wouldn't signal me. Usually it like makes a little beeping noise when it's about to finish. It didn't even do that. It just would just cut, and I would still be painting, and then the lens would go inside the camera so it could sleep. And that was my signal of, oh, by the way, I wasn't recording anything. And so, and you're also probably, you're all, how, I can't speak. You guys are probably wondering why this video is late, which sucks because I spent so much time working on this. I am terrible at Premiere, apparently. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. When I was editing this, for some reason the video was 20 minutes long. Whew. No, that's not happening. Nobody's got time to sit there for 20 minutes to watch someone paint. Most people don't have time. But anyways, I was trying to fix it, and then I had to redo the whole thing. Yeah, right now it's 3 in the morning on Tuesday. No, I'm sorry. 3 in the morning on Saturday, and I'm just now recording my voice just to get this done. Yeah, it's great. I love it. But yeah, I decided to kind of change into something new. So some of the pages you'll see, some of the pages you'll see are going to be like new things. I decided that my bullet journal wasn't really helping me for some reason. I was actually skipping it a lot. I wasn't making the next pages. I would do the habit trackers at the last minute. Nothing was working. So new pages, new layouts. We're trying new things, because I actually have a coworker who discovered that I do bullet journals, and she didn't know what the heck it was, and now she's addicted to it, which is awesome. I'm spreading the world. Excuse me. I'm tired. I'm spreading the word of the bullet journal practice. God, really, I'm sorry. Just ignore my yawns. I'm trying so hard to stay awake. When you come off a long shift at work, and then you come straight home even before, yeah, it's insane. It just, because I didn't sleep much yesterday either, so there's that. But yeah, this is my new spread, one of my new spreads. I decided on the habit tracker to split it up by the week, and so the lines actually represent each week instead of constantly being one big solid chart. So I also went by health, art, and I think, what does this say? Other. Hopefully this will make it a little easier because I kind of would get confused which block was which. So the more easy something is, the more likely you're going to do it. And I made it much easier, even though it kind of hurt my wrist not drawing, but writing all those numbers. Sometimes small numbers just hurt my wrist. But the one thing that really didn't change was my work schedule. You'll see in a bit. It works. I added a little bit more to it, like a little lines, which is another thing that's going to keep me on track, because every time I would write my times on the work schedule, it would just end up on a different day, and that really made it confusing for me, because the work schedule I will probably keep forever in my bullet journal. I like knowing what day I'm going to work all the time, having it with me all the time, and I give myself just enough space so I can change the days. Because unfortunately where I work, a lot of my days are constantly changing. Well, except Wednesday and Thursday. Oddly enough, Wednesday and Thursdays are my 2 days off, which I ain't complaining because they're right next to each other, you know? But yeah, so here it is, doing those lines like I told you. It's actually, watching it instead of doing it is a lot nicer. Kind of interesting to see me make a lined page. Another reason why I put the work schedule there is because I block out all the paint from the other page before it. Because I use acrylic paint. I've seen people use watercolors, which, don't get me wrong, I want to use watercolors one day, but acrylic paints are my favorite things to paint with. I just absolutely adore it. I'm not very good at it at times, as you can tell in each bullet journal I've done, but I'm getting better, I've noticed. The paints are so easier to figure that out. That sentence just did not make sense. I'm sorry. The paints, just learning how to make your own colors really help, especially for digital painting. Anyway, so instead of the other, like on my other ones, I always do a one-page calendar, and then I would put important dates. I never use the important dates because I really don't go to the doctor. I really don't go to the dentist. I don't have appointments very often. And I don't know like a million people to know their birthdays, so it seemed a little pointless to me. So I made a 2-page setup for calendar, which, by the way, for some reason on this page, the dots don't match the other page. So it was a little confusing when I was drawing this because I was having to not get confused by where the lines were. And it just really rubbed me off bad because, of course, it was the page that I needed both pages to work on. Of course. And also, I hope I never put anything on Wednesday because there's not much space to put on Wednesday. And I'm sure, let's see, is the 14th on it? Yep, the 14th, right on Wednesday. And I believe that's February. Yeah, I believe that's Valentine's Day. This is the other idea I had. I've seen some big accomplishing color it in kind of goals. And I thought, hey, let's keep up the theme with Valentine's Day flowers. So basically what it is these are represented as a big project. And every petal I will color when a step of the project is done. And so once the whole flower is colored, which means the project is done, the center would be the finish line, I will get a reward. I haven't figured out all the projects I'm going to do quite yet. I'm still thinking on them, but the first one is definitely start a book. I would love to write a book. I used to write so much back then. I still write a little bit, but nothing like I used to. And so I'm going to get 12 at least this month, 12 chapters in of a book that I'm going to be writing. We'll see how that works. it's my goal this year to write a book. I've really been wanting to, whether it be illustrations like a children's book or a teen book, something. Definitely fictional, because I am not a nonfiction person. Then I have my draw every day. That's one thing that I'm going to be doing this month, is draw every single day. I used to do this 365 drawing challenge, which I'm going to be kind of doing something like that, similar to what I usually do, but this one, I'm not really sure if there's going to be a theme. I might be finishing the 365-day challenge, because I never finished it. I think I got to 280 something, and then all my life just crashed before me, and I just dropped it. Which really sucks, because I really wanted to get it done, so I'm going to finish it. Whether it's part of the challenge or not, it's going to get done. Also, I love that washi tape. It is beautiful. It's from Target. Adore it. Finally got used to use it. And I wanted to keep the monthly goals and the art goals. I thought that was a great idea, because then I'm constantly seeing them, using post-it notes. Love it. And this is the other thing that I've decided that is new. This is going to be how my weeklies look, except normally on a 2-page spread. Because at the first week, there's only 4 days, so I figured just put that on one page, I mean. And then the box here is going to be my meal planning, which I'm going to try to fit in the next weekly pages. But the little boxes next to the numbers, that's something I stole from another YouTuber, which I'll put in the description if I remember. Those are supposed to be weather boxes, so I know what the weather was like that day. Because I think that's an amazing idea. I love knowing what the temperature or the weather is like, so I'm going to be drawing clouds and all that jazz in there. Be kind of interesting. And I figured, instead of doing my traditional way of making a whole empty page for me to put my dailies in, boom, small ones. I never fill it up, ever. It drives me nuts. Anyways, here's some close-ups of my art. I think this one came out really well. I very much enjoyed doing this. It took me absolutely forever, but I really got back into my artistic side. There's a lot more pictures, which I adore. It makes me happy. So yeah, I hope you guys loved watching this, because it was definitely an interesting subject. Butterflies. Didn't draw many of them. Lots of flowers, though. Anyways, so February's here, and you guys have a good one. Bye.